What's up, guys? Welcome to the SIDEROOM podcast, where we talk about everything and anything. My name is Just Jeff.
I'm D-Nix.
And we have in the back here Jacob and Anthony. Right now, they don't have a mic, so
Yeah, it was my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
it's okay. It's okay. Next time
Next time.
we'll have a couple mics. We're still low budget, so it's we're making do. But we have a very special guest. He is part of Soul Control, one of the members of our group. He has his own party called In the Loop that he started off with Dexter. And he is also alumni and mentor of Academy of DJs. So everyone make some noise for Breakfast.
Yay!
Thank you. Yeah. What's up, Breakfast? How you feeling?
Say something into the mic.
I'm good. I'm good.
Say something into the mic.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was telling Breakfast earlier that this episode is going to be amazing because his voice sounds like James
So
Bond.
soothing.
So soothing. You probably get that a lot, huh?
I do, and I actually have gotten that a lot my whole life, but I don't know. I'm not looking forward to hearing myself back. To be
Right
honest.
after puberty, all the
Yeah.
girls were like,
I don't know.
When was puberty for you? What age? I was kidding.
But yeah, we wanted to bring Breakfast on because when we first started this podcast, he was one of the first ones to really support us and kind of push us to do this, and a lot of positive reinforcement. So it only made sense for us to bring him on, not only just because he's our friend, but he's a big supporter of us, part of Soul Control as well. Me and D-Nix are a part of that team as well. So yeah, it just only made sense to bring our friends on and have a discussion about his experience with DJing. And yeah, so I'll start off with some questions. So basically, we want to get to know you a little bit more, and our crowd does as well. So just give us a little background of where you're from, how you got into DJing, maybe like your occupation, anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I was born and raised there. All my family's still there. I lived there for 22 years, something like
Wow.
that. I was just there last weekend for a wedding. I was actually DJing a wedding. It was my first wedding I DJ'd. It was a lot of fun. But I'm from Pittsburgh, moved to San Francisco in 2016, and I was there for about 3 years, and then I wanted to move to LA. I just kind of always felt like LA was more of my vibe in a way. Like I liked SF a lot, but yeah, that was 2019, 2020? It was like a year or like half a year before COVID hit. So I was in LA for like 6 months, and then COVID hit, and then I was like, oh damn.
Like right when you moved.
Yeah. And then now currently I live in Santa Ana. In terms of work, obviously DJ like on the side, but I do have a day job. I'm a recruiter for a tech company called Centerfield. So I work remotely for the most part. It's a lot of fun. I like it. It's a cool career. DJing, I like a little bit more, but yeah. And then DJing. Shortly after I moved to LA, I had a friend of a friend from like a friend group in SF, and he was playing like this small little like set at like a local bar like in like San Bernardino or something like that. And I went out, and like it was super chill, and it was a lot of fun. I was like, damn, like this is pretty cool. This is something I've always wanted to do. And then some people there were like kind of in the Academy crowd, like I think 1 or 2 removed from like people that have been in Academy, and I heard about it.
Do you know who they were?
Yeah. So my friend was Renell A Bombies. You see him on Twitch
okay.
probably a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was good friends with a lot of my friends up in the Bay, and then he knew some people that did Academy. I don't know exactly who it was or where the ties were, but yeah, that's where I got it from, A Bombies.
Okay.
And then I applied that February, and then got into the program like shortly after COVID hit, and the rest was history.
For season 10, right?
Yeah, season 10.
Wasn't everything on Zoom for season 10?
Yeah, everything was on
I think
Zoom.
majority of the
Majority.
classes
Everything was on Zoom until like all the classes were on Zoom, and then once we switched into the mentor phase, we started to go into the studio a little bit more. They had like the
yeah.
walls
That's
up
when
and
I started to
everything.
hang out with you a little bit more too.
Yeah, because JL was my mentor, so
Yeah, for sure. So you like we intertwined with each other like pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first is like I want to go back and take a step back from you moving from Pittsburgh to SF and then to LA, because that's a big jump from city to city to city. And did you move because of school, or did you move just because you wanted to move over here?
Yeah, I
just to live the West Coast life.
Yeah, I just wanted to move, man. Like, I love Pittsburgh, and it's a cool, like, small town, but I had always kind of felt like I didn't fully belong there in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I had a lot of friends and like family there and stuff, but I'd always kind of wanted to experience something a little bit different. And then I got that internship on the cruise ship with Carnival Cruise Lines.
Oh yeah, I remember you
Yeah.
telling me about that.
Yeah.
And you're working on a cruise ship. How long were you working on?
It was
on that
three and a
ship
half months. Yeah,
Damn.
so
That's crazy.
it was a crazy like experience. It was my senior year at college, and Carnival came to our campus with this like inaugural like internship program. And I was like, damn, that sounds kind of cool. Like, that'd be tight. And I went to the program, and I happened to get the job. Like, they did interviews like that same day. And it was just working with the kids like in the youth camp on the ship. And I happened to have experience working in like summer camps, like YMCA's, from like my college years. And I just happened to get the job, and like it clicked. And then I was kind of faced with a decision. It was like I was coming up on graduation, and it was like, do I take this traditional route that like you're probably supposed to take and like find a job like in my career, or like do I just like do this once in a lifetime experience? And like that was a really big moment, because me choosing that path, I feel like led me to like California and all this stuff out here. So I was very close to like taking the traditional path and like finding a job in business or whatever. And I might still be in Pittsburgh. So
because it's safe.
yeah, it's just the safe route. And anyway, I did the internship, and like they flew me to Florida. It was in Miami, was where we were docked. And it was just 3 months. I lived on a cruise ship and like just worked with the kids. Like, you work every day.
That's so crazy. You're stuck on a ship for 3 months.
It was.
But then I mean, obviously you get used to everything and living on the ship.
Yeah.
What was like your favorite thing, besides like just, you probably partied a lot on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, you do. It's funny because like it's its own little culture on the ship, like with the workers. It's pretty cool because
it's
like
small, you get to know everyone.
It's very small and like intimate, and like they have like their own crew bar, so like you can hang out with your friends down there and stuff, and it's like separate from the guests, because it's like super frowned upon to like mingle with the guests, unless it's like customer service,
because it's business.
Like, yeah. So yeah, we had our own space, and it was a lot of fun. But I'd say my favorite part is like obviously going to different islands and whatnot. But that was also my first introduction to like a different culture. You know what I mean, from where I'm from. And that also kind of led me to California, because after that experience, I came back and I was like, man, there's so much cool stuff out there. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really getting that in Pittsburgh. So I just wanted to kind of like take a jump and like move to San Francisco, and that happened like 2 weeks after I got back from the ship. So
God damn,
How
that's
does
a fast life.
How does the culture in Pittsburgh kind of differ from like being in the West Coast? Like, you've experienced San Francisco, LA, and we've talked about this in episode 2. Like, it's both pretty like fast paced, you know what I mean? So what was it like in Pittsburgh, and what was it like being in both cities?
Yeah, it's definitely
Was it more conservative over there?
Oh, for sure, 100%. Like, they lack pretty serious progression. They've gotten better over the years, but that was one thing that kind of always led me out here as well, just because of like differing beliefs and whatever. But yeah, it's very different. It's very slow paced, which is kind of nice when you go back and visit now, to be honest. Like at the time I was like, okay, I need something more, and I still love it out here, but like it makes it a lot sweeter now to go home and visit, and it's like, bro, it's so slow paced.
LA culture, it feels like you have to do something 24/7.
Yeah.
And not only like for yourself, but to kind of like have some type of stature and to show people that, hey, like I'm about this life. I want to do this and that with you.
Yeah.
Because that's like one thing that I think about a lot, is that we get so used to this culture in LA, is that if you go somewhere else, everything just seems so much slower. Like my friend the other day, he went to Tennessee, and because like his friend's family has land over there, so they're just going to check it out.
Yeah.
But he was saying like the culture is like a different country almost, and like obviously like they have like a southern accent there, so everything's so much more different when it comes to like the other side of the United States. So yeah, that's pretty crazy how you took that jump from East Coast to West Coast, and now you're in Santa Ana. So,
I was fortunate too because my older brother actually lived in California, so he moved after like he was in school for a little bit, and he picked up everything and moved from Philadelphia to California, San Francisco. And I visited him one time, and that also was kind of like my first little taste of the West Coast and that. So when I moved, I didn't have much. Like I didn't have a job or anything. I just kind of like picked up. Like I had like one suitcase full of like clothes or whatnot, and like moved. I lived with my brother and his girlfriend and their roommates for like 2 months, and I found a job and then moved into the city. So that made it like a little bit easier to have my brother there. But yeah.
Yeah, dang, that's like pretty brave to do as well.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
it's scary, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely scary. Like, but at the same time, like I had no doubt in my mind that like that's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, like, you always kind of have like or not always, but like I had my family. Like I could always come back. You know what I mean? So I figured like why not take a shot and see what happens.
Yeah, kudos to you, man, for sure.
Hella props. That's crazy, man.
Did you start? So I know that before you started DJing and all, you had Sunday breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday breakfast is when you were doing playlists, monthly playlists on Spotify.
Yeah. So Sunday breakfasts, it's funny because it kind of went through a few different phases. I originally started it when I first got to San Francisco because I was like, man, I love music. I was starting to be introduced to different types of music in San Francisco, like EDM and stuff like that. And I started Sunday breakfast as a blog originally, and like at the time blogs were like still kind of
like Tumblr type
shit. Like kind of it was like kind of on its way out, but at the same time I was like, oh, like I spent a lot of time like in blogs like looking for music and whatnot. So I wanted to do that, and like it never really got off its feet. Like it was hard to like build a whole blog or website or whatever.
It's hard to do it by yourself too.
Yeah, that. And then eventually like it kind of fizzled out. And I took like a year break from it. And then after that, it was like actually a year and a half or like 2 years. And then once COVID hit, I was like, okay, like I'm at home. Like I have all this time. I wasn't DJing yet. And I just started making playlists. So like music discovery and that kind of thing was something I was always like, you know, spending a lot of time doing. And I wanted to like have a way to like share that with people and whatnot. So I just started making playlists like all the time. And then when COVID hit, I did like it was that April, I did one playlist every day for like 30 days or something like that. And it was a lot of fun. It was like it was a different experience, and that kind of helped with my musicality and things like that. And I did like merch, like a little merch line and whatnot. And it was just like all like the friends and family and whatnot supporting. So that was fun. And that kind of ended up fizzling out a little bit once like DJing came along. But it was like a introduction to that. Yeah.
Did anything in your past kind of inspire like those playlists at all? Like growing up, what was like the sound that you had?
Because I mean, if you guys don't know breakfast is specialized
curation king, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
King, but also he loves DJing house, and we'll get into in the loop later, which is also his house event that he throws on OC and maybe moving to LA. But we'll get into that later. But just like you don't have to go in deep with like why you like house music, but like what made you kind of just like, hey, this is my thing, like this is what I'm representing.
Or was the first question like what kind of music did I listen to when I was growing up? Is that what you said?
Or like what got you into like your music taste? Right?
Yeah, any like all of that you enjoy.
Okay, music, I can like start from when I was a kid actually. So like when I was a kid, I liked hip hop a lot because my older brother liked hip hop. And I remember I used to like get CDs because back in the day, like physical CDs were a thing. Yeah. And my parents wouldn't let me get like the explicit versions, so I had to buy like the clean versions of albums. And I remember my older brother though would always get the explicit versions, and he would like give them to me to listen to and whatnot. So he was a big influence on like my early music taste. He used to like burn me CDs and all that kind of stuff from like LimeWire and whatnot.
LimeWire.
And it was mostly like hip hop and whatnot. And then as I got older, I'm from the country, so like everybody listens to like country music out there. And I had a very small phase where like I was listening to some country music in high school. and that quickly fizzled out, and like I never went back. But yeah, it's still pretty big back there, and that was fun. But you know, whatever. But yeah, hip hop's always kind of been there, and then from hip hop came house music, and house music clicked when I started DJing. It's funny because like I said, in San Francisco is when I first started being introduced to EDM, and that was more like trap, like Millennium type stuff. You know what I mean? Like
I see.
the same old kind of like
Some
transition
blur
everybody
shit.
has into EDM.
Okay.
And that was cool. And then when I started DJing though, like when I started spinning house music, I just like felt more at home for whatever reason. Like I think it's because it's like for me it's easier, like you know me, I'm not like a dancer or anything, right?
Yeah.
And like with house music, like with like 120 BPMs, I found myself like in more of a rhythm and like more of a
Yeah.
comfort zone. And over the months of DJing, I just realized like this just like hit with me different. Like I felt like I could be so much more creative. I was more at home. And yeah, like from there it just kind of stuck. But it's funny, like I love house music, but I don't necessarily listen to house music like when
All
I'm
the
just like
time.
sitting at home all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think house music is super universal.
Mhm.
Like other countries, if you look at like, you know, other places in the world, they all listen to that range of BPM, like 125 to 128, because that's when like your heart rate's going as you know, like at a good pace to have like a good time. And that's what I've been noticing, like when it comes to like boiler room sets, like when it's in different countries, like house music always hits for people. But like hip hop could not hit for like another country, obviously,
Yeah.
because there's a language barrier, but also like just the BPM might just be too slow. And I feel like, I mean, going back to like in the universal status of house music, that's why I like it, because like everyone in this world can like come together and just listen to that one genre
Yeah.
and like it. So
Yeah, and that's kind of what it was with hip hop. Like I still love hip hop, but like when I was DJing hip hop, it is a lot slower, right? Like if I'm playing like a 70 BPM song, like I felt less confident because like it's so slow, and it's like if the song isn't hitting, it's like a long 2 minutes until you can like get out of the
To
song.
the
you know what I
chorus.
mean? Yeah.
plus DJing in like the lower BPMs is so hard.
Yeah.
And it's not hard, but it's like it's harder to sound more crisp and like nice with it.
Yeah, and like in scratching was just never really something I was like crazy interested in. Obviously, like
You appreciate
I
it, though.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody that does it, but I just knew that wasn't really going to be like what I wanted to focus on. So I feel like if I wasn't scratching, I had a hard time being creative with hip hop music, like in slower BPMs and whatnot. So with house music, I just felt a lot more at home and creative, and just kind of stuck from
That
there.
makes a lot of sense. I kind of noticed though, like a lot of DJs that do hip hop, they don't really like mix it. Do you notice that? Like they slam that shit.
Oh, like on the one?
Yeah, or they'll like cut the song. Yo, how the fuck is everybody doing? And then drop the next song. You know what I mean?
It's actually funny because I was at the Idiot Rising Festival last night, and Joji,
Yeah.
he has his new like DJ thing, which is called Yebi Labs.
Okay. Did he
And
DJ?
He DJ'd, yeah. It's called
Oh,
Yebi Labs.
interesting.
So he was like low-key the headliner last night because he was like the last set of the night.
Was he in the same tent as B?
No, he was on the main stage
Okay.
actually. And we saw him for like 30, 45 minutes. Dude, it was crazy. Like he was literally just playing like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was a bunch of like underground hip hop kind of stuff, like very like
boom
the
bap?
younger generation kind of stuff. No, not boom bap.
okay.
It was like trap. Like I felt like I was
okay.
at like an RL Grimes set in a
Oh,
way.
okay.
But anyway, like you could tell he was mixing on USBs. I feel like because what you were talking about, where like a lot of times it just kind of drops out and it comes in.
Yeah.
I do see that a lot. I feel like that's just like, I don't know. I guess it's just a style of DJing. But yeah.
But it's also like what you see, and like, you know, like if, you know, putting on the one, if it works for the crowd, it works for the crowd.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Like
100%.
technicality goes out the door once like, you know, you overthink it too much. And like that's what I am dealing with now, is that I'm too worried about like the DJ technicality when I like make mixes and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but you know, is it really gonna hit? Like you just never know because you don't know who's listening to your stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could totally tell. I mean, I could see like Joji like doing that.
Yeah.
Just dropping on the one.
It was pretty hype though, honestly. Like it was
Yeah?
like I think this was his debut like DJ set. And it was like him and like 4 other guys up there, and they were just like going
Just having a
dumb.
fun
Yeah,
time.
and it was actually a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
the
it's
crowd
just the
loved
energy.
it. Yeah, it was
It was
really good
different.
energy.
The last time I saw Joji was at Coachella, and it was kind of weird. Like his set, like I don't know if you heard, but his set was like kind of on and off because I guess he felt sick, like
Oh, really?
performing. and I guess people from like the Coachella team were just telling him to like keep performing. So
Damn.
he was like on and off the mic, and I was like watching. I was like, is he performing or is this part of the act? And
Was
I
this
was,
this year?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, weekend 1 of last Coachella, and I was just watching, and he did look kind of like sick if I think about it, but he was just like sweating on it. It was obviously like really hot too.
Yeah.
That's
But-
showbiz, bro.
Yeah, showbiz. Maybe making you work when you don't want to work.
I've heard some stuff about that recently. Somebody else was telling me that, like, with Joji, like, being overworked and, like, sick and whatnot. So I
Yeah.
forget who was mentioning that, but yeah.
Well, on the lighter note, let's move on to your party in the loop. So just give us a little backstory on that, when it started, who you started it with, why you started it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the loop is where I'm focusing a lot of my attention right now. So in the loop happened shortly after I kind of fell in love with house music and DJing it, because again, kind of like I found myself in a situation where like coming from Academy, I feel like it's pretty hip hop focused, right? Like the Academy of DJs.
Yeah, I mean we do teach like
we teach
EDM
everything.
and like house and all that stuff.
More of a crash course.
Yeah, I mean they
Yeah.
they cover everything like
Yeah.
very comprehensively, like, and it's amazing. But I feel like the DJs that come tend to like focus a little bit more on hip hop music.
Yes, of course.
And then I found myself like, damn, like I knew I wasn't gonna be getting like booked for like these gigs, like just because that wasn't the kind of music that I was spinning. So I was like, I need to like figure out a way to like create like different opportunities or whatnot. And then Dexter, who I run in the loop with,
Shout out Dexter. by
yeah,
the way.
shout out Dexter. We were like friends of friends, and like he was kind of in the same circle. And then like one day, like on Instagram, I think like we were just like responding to a story or something. We're like, yo, I think I said I'm trying to throw a house party, and then he said the same thing. And then like a week later or something like that, we just like sent another message to each other. We're like, yo, should we just try it? And it happened like super organically. And we just started thinking through ways to like try to throw an event. I feel like it's evolved a lot since then. We started throwing parties back in October, so we're actually coming up on a year in October.
Wow, a
Yeah.
year, huh?
That's
Yeah.
insane. It's already been a year?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, dude.
That was last October, like right down the street at La Santa.
Yeah.
That first one was really good, too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You know what's funny? The first time I met D-Nix was at La Santa. We were doing one of the feel-good parties, Omakase. And it's basically, it just like...
Like
his-
me or...
Huh?
You say D-Nix?
Oh, did I say D-Nix?
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
Dexter.
D-Nix.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
sorry, Dexter. Sorry, Dexter.
Oh, I
I see
remember that.
I see D-Nix all the time, so so I probably naturally said his name. But yeah, Dexter. Sorry. Dexter. That was the first time I met him, and for like some party, and he was like playing before me, and like he was actually like really cool and like super easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And it's actually funny that you had your first event there
Yeah.
at La Santa too. So
Yeah.
and they had a little makeover as well for your event too. So
Yeah.
that event was actually really fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like a lot of the friends came out, so
Because there's not a lot of house events that happen around this
Especially
area.
in this area.
that
for
was
sure.
the thing too. Is like we felt like there was an opportunity to create like a house music scene.
Bro, look at this picture.
in a way. Oh, damn, that was from.
I look cracked
Social.
out, bro.
Yeah, that was a social. That was our
You look
first.
scary in this picture. We're gonna be showing this, like showing this on the actual pod.
And put like a little.
We're gonna,
like,
we're gonna be
snapshot of it.
we're gonna be putting it up
Bro,
there.
that's before I started like working out for real too.
That was I think maybe was that March? Yeah, the March or April event.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
This year. That was this year.
Yeah.
It was not your first one at
That
this
was the
social,
that
but it was
was
probably the second or third.
Yeah,
time.
because I think that was the one we threw like for my birthday.
Oh yeah,
technically.
your birthday.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a fun event. But yeah, like Loop has evolved a lot. Like it's grown.
You did a little rebrand as well.
Yeah, we went through a rebrand, and so we've been working with this group. They're called Ronin.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember Elle. If you met Elle,
I didn't meet her, but I follow her on Instagram
Yeah.
because
she designed.
yeah,
our-
because she designed it, and then I
Yeah.
followed her, and then I just like her aesthetic too.
Yeah. So I think I posted on like Instagram one day. I was like,
Yeah, I
does
like
any-
this. I like this simple.
Yeah,
pace of
yeah.
this.
That was all Elle. Shout out Elle. She's super talented. But I was on Instagram one day and I posted, I was like, does anybody know like a graphic designer? Because we were looking for new designers for like flyers and whatnot. And Elle reached out because she knew Manga and Manga like in Academy. And I guess Manga told her to like reach out that we were looking for a designer. And we already ended up having one. Somebody was going to do the flyer and ended up not working out. So we went with Elle. And she just kind of talked about how like she was a part of this collective called Ronin, and they do a lot of different stuff with just like brand strategy and a more holistic like, approach to like everything with like event throwing or building a brand. And the relationship just kind of connected. Like she did our flyer, and then she brought in 2 or 3 other people. So they have like a whole collective of people, and they've been helping out on a lot of stuff. They're like very well connected. Like they're very just like super talented. Kind of like they're just like experts in like their kind of like their zone of like brand strategy and vision and relationships and networking and all that kind of stuff. So they have a lot of connections. They've been able to give us a lot of guidance with like how to build a brand like differently.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been focusing a lot of time on. Like we meet like 2 or 3 times a week just to like talk about.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So we're working on a lot of cool stuff right now. Like we're really excited. We're kind of figuring out right now. We need a physical space. Like we're looking to throw an event in September, but we're trying to find the perfect space.
Are you trying to throw it in LA?
Yeah, LA.
Okay,
Yeah. So we've been throwing them in OC, obviously,
Yeah.
but we want to get into LA. We feel like that's kind of like what's next for us. And we love social. Like social's like so great to work with. Like shout out
really
social. Shout out.
They're very professional.
Yeah, Marissa.
They tend to their guests as much as possible.
Yeah, they're super
easy to work with.
hospitable, and we love those events. But like we started to kind of get a feeling like they were kind of going in circles in a way. We were kind of like getting complacent, you know what I mean? So we were like, okay, like how do we do this differently? And the space is like it's getting pretty busy in terms of parties and events and whatnot.
That is true. A lot more groups are getting in there because they know that they can hold something there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to say no to business. So, but at the same time, you're holding a party, and you want to hold it to like a standard, right? You just don't want to like mesh it in with like all the other groups.
I feel like it's just like a new wave of DJing, and like I can't really speak to what was before this, but like I think I was talking to So Jeff actually, and he was like, we were saying how DJing is much more collaborative nowadays. Where like it used to be like very like battle focused, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like
and
every man for himself.
Yeah, and I feel like that has kind of helped spawn this culture of like party throwing and just working together and all this kind of stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of competition. So we seem to figure out a way to like do something different. You know what I mean? Like find more unique spaces, like get different people into the room or whatever it is. So we've been focusing a lot of attention on that recently. So we're excited. Like we're hoping to throw something soon. In September, we have the 1-year anniversary coming up. So we're trying to throw something
big, huh?
Yeah, pretty, not like big, but bigger. But we want to have something like test the waters before that. So that's what we're figuring out right now.
Damn. I just know that when In the Loop started, I just got this feeling of like, I want to go there. And it's not so much because I just want to support you. It's just, it's just a different party. And you don't see that a lot. Like that's the one thing that drew me to Soul Control is that, it's different rather than like, even though I do love Rewind and Commissary 2.0, Diho and Adria, but, something that I like is showing a little bit more individuality and a lot of creativeness. So
the energy is definitely different at your party because I feel like, for me personally, at least, I felt like I could be myself a little bit. You know what I mean? For one, because I'm around my friends, but also because everybody's just having a good time. You know what I mean? And I'm like pretty goofy, so I remember I was like going around and just trying to get everybody to dance.
Yeah.
Whoa, you okay, dude? You about to die on this podcast right now.
All right, we gotta cut that. Just kidding. But yeah, it was just a good time just trying to
get over it, Denix. Get over it, Denix. Move on.
Just trying to like, just enjoy where we were, and it was like a really good time. Especially in that bar at La Santa. It was a small space.
Yeah.
But like the energy like definitely like traveled throughout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a downstairs to that.
Yeah, there is. So it's a funny quick story. Are you guys gonna cut that out of
No, we're gonna keep it all. We're gonna keep it all.
Jacob's losing it over there.
We're gonna make an IG reel about it.
Yeah, so funny story actually, that La Santa, that was our first party, right? And and we had everything planned, like to throw the event there upstairs during the day. It was a day party, and we got there. He's like, oh yeah, like let me set up the downstairs for you. And we are like, oh my God, no, like what? And there was some kind of miscommunication somewhere, and they tried putting us downstairs. And thankfully we got in touch with one of the coordinators or whatever, and they agreed to let us hold it upstairs. But the downstairs is a cool vibe, but it's very different. It's like a little bit more grungy and like dark, and that just wasn't really the vibe we were going for with the day party. So like,
it's so dark in there. And one thing is that it's hard to see, like if you're walking down the street or like if you're just passing by. If you see a party, like obviously on the first floor, you're like more prone to like go there.
That's true.
But if it's underground, like you would have to know about the party to get into there. And
100%.
probably you wanted more people, like whoever, to just show up and
for sure,
have a good time.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we throw events. Like it's obviously we try to bring as many people out as we can, like friends and family and just the community. But we always have the events be semi-private, which means like it's open to any kind of like regulars that venue has, just to kind of like mesh the two. But yeah, like what you were saying, like with the energy and stuff like that, that's kind of what we're trying to build, because with house music, like you guys know, like house music was founded kind of on the approach of like bringing a bunch of different people into the room and making them feel like welcome and safe and like appreciated and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted to stay true to that and like create a culture again, like from within that, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like what we're striving for, just to create like a really like fun, welcoming, safe, positive space, like for people to come and have fun too, and come and have fun with. And a lot of our community, I feel like, is like the dance community, right? Mm-hmm. So like when you get dancers into the room, it just like creates a different energy and whatnot. So
I love that.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're trying to like stay from within, I guess, and build from that. So I'm really excited about where it's going.
I remember telling a lot of my dancer friends about the first one that you had, and a lot of them were there, like they were like doing their own thing, whatnot. Everybody was just having a good time, and we were talking about how there's no space for dancers to go and just dance anymore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like if they go to like a regular bottle service club, they're gonna get like weird looks. You know what I mean? Like, why is this guy trying to dance for real? Or you know what I mean? Like people are just like super judgmental, so they don't feel the energy. But I remember when I invited them there, they definitely felt like, okay, we could definitely just come back here and, you know, to have a good time. Because back in the day, bro, before I was DJing and I was going out, I would like get down with my homies in the cypher. You know what I mean? We would battle people like literally at the club, and now it's not like that anymore, obviously, because it's not as.
It's all about
friendly.
acting cool.
Yeah, it's like what
drinking.
the fuck?
Well, I mean, but
and that's why like you try to build from community, right? Because like, we want to get interesting people into the room and be able to expand our circle, but at the same time, like we feel like if we get these fun, like just nice, like wholesome people in the room, it'll create like, you know, a different vibe, and everybody can kind of just have fun and meet new people and stuff. So
hell yeah, dude.
That's what we're trying to do right now.
All right, sweet. So we kind of hit like the 30-minute marker, and I want to do this new thing for the podcast. So in the middle, you know, we're talking about like all this DJ stuff. I kind of want to like relax a little bit, let it have some fun. Let's kind of like breathe, settle down from that. So on the 30-minute marker, I want to start off doing a would you rather question.
Oh man.
So we're gonna really
we're
gonna see who you are from these would you rather questions. So I was like thinking about these questions. I was like looking up questions like would you rather questions, like 150 questions on like Google, and all of them sucked ass. So I made my own. So this would you rather question is gonna be a little fun for us. Would you rather eat 30 hot dogs in 30 minutes, or would you rather eat a death taco?
What's
a spicy death taco. Basically like ghost chili peppers.
Is that like a thing, or is it like,
it's a thing.
Oh, wow.
The death taco, I don't know what
Genki Yaki's in Lakewood.
Yeah. You would have to sign a waiver before you eat the taco.
You can't, so the rules are you can't run outside. You can't go to the bathroom. Like you can't throw up in the bathroom, and you have to stay inside the restaurant for like that whole, I don't know how long it is, but for that time period.
Yeah. It was almost like a challenge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like people did it just to like
the experience.
Experience it and have fun. But I don't think anyone did it for the taste. But going back to the question, would you rather eat 30 hot dogs in 30 minutes, be full as hell, Or would you rather die from spice from a death taco?
So
What
this
would you do?
is for everybody?
This is for everyone. It's for
Okay.
everyone.
Do
Phoenix,
wanna
you go first.
Phoenix?
I think I do the hot dogs, to be honest. I'm not really good with spicy food. Like I like spicy food, but to an extent.
Uh-huh.
You know, and people enjoy the spicy ramen noodles.
Uh-huh.
Like, they like it.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just like I can't like.
But there's a difference between like spicy, like Asian spicy, and like Mexican spicy.
But I feel like the noodles, the ramen noodles, was like it wasn't even Asian spicy. It was like, we're trying to fuck you up spicy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think Genkiyaki it's a take on the death taco is an Asian taco.
Okay.
So they put like Asian peppers and like Mexican peppers as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Didn't they stop it?
they did
I
stop
heard
it.
that someone died.
they did
damn.
stop it. It got really bad.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I think I do hot dogs because I personally like LA street dogs. I'm a connoisseur of that.
Yeah, these
No,
like-
it's just
these
like a
like-
bun. It's a bun and a hot dog.
Yeah, these like boiled hot dogs or
yeah,
these like
a
mediocre
competition.
ones?
Yeah,
Uh,
just swallowing that.
I've seen
shit.
it happen. I could try it. I don't know.
Damn, can you imagine eating 30 dirty dogs if they're not
I
30?
probably wouldn't-
I would pass out.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't eat for like 2 days after that.
What about you, breakfast?
So this is easy for me. I'm going with a taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like spicy?
So I like spicy. I feel like it probably wouldn't be fun, but I don't like hot dogs that much. Like, and also when I'm thinking of like the question, I just envision like the whole like hot dog eating contest and how like
Yeah.
it's just like a plain like boiled hot dog like in a
Uh-huh.
bun, and that's just not for me. Also too, I've heard, I don't know how much like validity this has, but I've heard at some point over the years that like humans aren't supposed to eat more than like 3 hot dogs a year.
A
or something
year?
like that. Yeah, like
Wait, why?
it's not recommended to like eat more than like 3 hot dogs.
Because
a
what's
year,
inside the
just
hot
because
dog?
of like what's inside the hot dog. I don't know if it's like a myth, but like I've just heard that and it kind of always stuck with
I
me.
ate 4 this year. I was kidding.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. I mean, think
I
about
at least
a
ate
hot
20.
dog. It's like weird. Like who knows? What's, like I don't know what's in it, but yeah, I heard that at some point. So yeah, I'm going with taco.
Damn. How bad is the taco though?
I heard it's pretty bad, dude. To be honest.
It's bad, Jacob.
So does it taste bad too, or like is it like?
It actually tastes pretty good, but the thing is, like, if you really want to finish it, you just have to eat it. Because I took a bite and I was like trying to like taste it, but the heat came in like instantly. I couldn't even finish the taco.
Is it like a?
I ran to the bathroom, just like I turned,
But that's one of the rules. You can't go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
bathroom.
I lost.
Yeah. I don't know if they have pictures of it because I don't know if it was like do you have to get cleared for that kind of shit?
Well,
Yeah, you
Also-
had to sign a waiver.
No, I mean like for the restaurant. Like, are they allowed to do that?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if somebody passed away too, I feel like probably not a good look to have that on
That's
there,
true.
but-
True.
That's true.
Their ninja fries are pretty fire though. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to this place before. But the one thing that my friends would always talk about in high school is about this death taco. And for me, I can handle like Asian spicy, but Mexican spicy. Like yesterday, I went to go eat like street tacos in Little Tokyo, and like the onions are like hella spicy. But I just kept eating it because it tastes good. But just like my mouth is like nonstop burning. Just
The
from
onions
like
are spicy?
yeah, the onions are spicy. Or, I mean, maybe the sauce was spicy too. But it's just like consistently spicy and like burning your tongue a little bit. But Asian spicy, I can get over it like pretty quickly. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just because I'm Asian. I don't know. But
You said the tacos in Little Tokyo?
yeah,
Are they
Avenue 54 or something like that.
Oh, you went after the Angels game, huh? The Angels
No,
game.
the Dodgers game. Yeah, I went to a Dodgers game last night. But we left after like the 7th inning
Nice.
because like
Yeah.
they were murdering them.
Oh, they went like 7-9 yesterday. I think.
Yeah, 7-0. Yeah, so I know that you are also like moving away from this taco. Oh wait, I didn't even answer the question.
Yeah.
I'll probably eat the taco. I'll probably eat
Yeah,
the
give me a
taco.
taco.
Look at that.
I'd probably eat the taco because
Like you're throwing a lot of stuff. Like somebody passed away, now that face up there. It's like you really want the taco, but I'm still sticking with it.
I think the taco, like even though like I'll crap myself, crap fire, I think like my stomach will be even more messed up if I eat those hot dogs.
You know what? You know what too is like now that you say that, I feel like the taco like it's gonna be pretty rough for like a few hours or like
Yeah.
a day or whatever. But like for some reason, like I don't know if it's just bias, but like if I eat 30 hot dogs, like I feel like that's just staying in me for like a year. Bro.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, I
just-
kind of want to change my answer now.
Don't change it because we
No,
like the
because
tacos.
you mentioned that it's just the bun in a hot dog, but there's no ketchup.
Oh, you're like, no, but then like, if you're trying to eat 30 hot dogs in 30 minutes, like if you have more stuff on it, there's no way you're going to finish
That's
all
true.
those hot
That's
dogs.
true.
Like, look at this guy.
Oh man,
Yeah,
That looks terrible. Like,
Joey Chestnut, right?
oh man.
I regret my
That's
answer.
that's that guy that
That's you,
wins
Nick.
the hot dog contest, right?
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Give me the taco. Give me
I
the
saw
taco.
I saw a video on YouTube. This Japanese guy was racing a bear eating a hot
What?
dog. Yeah, I swear. It's like some Japanese thing. Like Anthony, look that up. That Japanese man versus bear hot dog contest. Yeah.
Nathan's hot dogs.
Yeah, but when Anthony's bringing that up, yeah, I would definitely eat the taco because it just is an experience that not a lot of people would do,
Mhm.
and it's you know, you can get a funny story out of
Yeah.
it too, other than dying. Did I try it?
Yeah.
We should all try it. I tried it. He's like, hell no.
He's like, give me the hot dogs.
But yeah, well, I mean, we'll talk about that. Wait, is it right here? Oh yeah, this is it.
Then it's like it's in the 90s or something.
It's 2000s.
Oh, it's Fox.
Fox.
Never mind. Yeah,
He's
2000s.
racing a bear while he's eating a hot
Yeah.
dog.
So there's a bear on the side.
Is he for real?
Yeah. I think the bear obviously won. So basically, when the bear
Oh,
starts,
oh my
Wait,
god!
what?
yeah, dude,
Bro.
they're literally like right next to each
I'm
other.
hella dumb. I thought you meant he was like racing a bear. Like, oh my god!
Racing a bear eating hot dogs. That's just crazy,
Uh.
though.
Then that bear looks miserable.
That's a big ass bear. It's literally just swallowing it. But honestly, like the Japanese guy's not doing that bad. The bear's American. They have an American flag over it. All right. Anyways, moving forward. I just wanted to show you guys that. I don't know how I remember that, but going into sports, you're a pretty big sports guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh fan.
Mm-hmm. Die Hard.
Yeah. Would you rather be? I was talking to this about my friend. He was like, he gave me this "Would you rather" question. He was like, "Would you rather be a really good football player or like a great like basketball player?"
Football for sure.
Football. Well, because you like football, you
Yeah.
played football as
Yeah.
well.
Football was definitely a bigger sport for me than basketball.
Weren't you the quarterback?
I was.
He was the
you
quarterback.
the starting quarterback?
guys.
That was like when I was a kid. Like I didn't play in like college. or
Still a
anything.
quarterback, man. You guys still have some balls to throw that ball, you know?
Yeah, we weren't very good. When I was a kid. I was from a really small school. Like we used
Uh-huh.
to just get thumped by like the bigger schools.
Yeah. In high school, did you play any sports?
Baseball. Baseball
Baseball?
was like my main sport. Yeah, I played that for like 21 years or something like
Dang.
that. Yeah.
What did you play in baseball? What position?
Shortstop and then pitcher and then eventually outfield. So I just
If
kinda-
I didn't do water polo, I'd probably play baseball or golf.
Yeah, I love baseball.
I've been getting into golf a lot recently.
I'm trying.
Let's
yeah.
go.
I want to
It's fun.
try, bro. Low
Top
key.
golf. We should go to Top Golf. That should be really fun.
Yeah, we should.
And,
I just want to go to like a
um,
driving range too and just like
yeah.
kick it, just hit like 100 balls or whatever.
I've been going like once a week for sure.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
just
to
want
go.
to make it seem like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For golf?
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, so before water polo, I was gonna do golf, and I was taking lessons before, but I'd get so frustrated. I'd literally like swing my club like to the ground just because it's a hard sport to be consistent as.
Mhm.
And plus, obviously, like when I was younger, like I didn't really know how to use my body, so it's hard to like be consistent
Mhm.
with golf. But yeah, like but recently I've just been getting into it. Like I think a lot of people have been getting into
Yeah, I feel like we're getting to that age where like
it. Older people are
yeah, it's a little bit
liking
easier
golf.
to play golf than something else. So
Yeah, it's not as demanding as like basketball, but basketball's still fun though.
Yeah, but you know, also too with golf, like part of what is appealing to me is like we were talking about earlier with how fast paced everything is out here. I feel like golf is a nice like escape from that. You know what I
That's
mean? So I'm
true.
kind of craving like that experience that I usually see from golfers, where like they
Mhm.
just wake up at like 6 a.m. and go golf for like 6 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like golf
That seems
because
kinda
everything
nice.
just my mind clears.
And
a
like
little
you
bit
don't get a
more.
lot of green out here, like in LA, OC or
That's
whatever.
true.
You know what I mean?
That's
So it's very city. So it's nice to kind of like see that a little bit more.
I
Yeah.
like mini golf.
Mini
Actually,
golf.
That's my shit. Right
Yo,
there.
I actually went mini golfing.
Work on
last
your putting
weekend.
game.
Yeah, I went because I was back home visiting my family. We went mini golfing for the day. So
Uh-huh.
We
Is
should
the
go-
weather like humid over there or
Yeah,
hot over there?
Very humid. Yeah.
Very humid?
Yeah. It rains a lot. It's humid. It gets hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting.
There's a lot of nature though. I
Oh,
assume
yeah,
like
for
trees
sure.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you said you lived in the countryside.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
literally
like, was it
country.
like countryside as in like forest or
No,
like countryside as in like farms?
Yeah, like farms and fields.
I remember
Hills.
we were talking about. Are there? Because I know that you like to snowboard. We like to snowboard.
I can't wait to go snowboarding again. Like,
dude,
I was in my
I'm-
storage
I'm
closet.
waiting
I was
for
in my storage
snowboarding
closet
season.
the other day, and I saw a snowboard, and I was like,
I'm debating on getting a new board.
yeah, do it.
Yeah, because you got literally everything last year, right?
I did.
At Ski
yeah.
Dazzle?
Yeah. I had boots, but yeah, I got the board and.
let's do a
bindings.
mammoth trip
Yeah,
again.
I'm down.
I want to go.
I want to go to Tahoe too.
Yeah, Tahoe. Tahoe. Which one did you like better, Mammoth or Tahoe?
Tahoe for sure.
Why did you like Tahoe?
I don't know. I feel like Tahoe, the runs were like much wider and longer. I feel like, and like the runs in Tahoe, like it just felt like we were going for like it was like a 15-minute ride like, down the mountain. And Mammoth was like a little bit shorter. I felt like, but I feel like I'm in the minority there. I feel like people usually like Mammoth more than Tahoe.
I think people like Mammoth because it's more of like a straight shooter type of mountain. While like Tahoe is like windy, but I
Yeah.
kind of like that because it makes it a little bit more of an adventure.
Yeah, some of the runs in Tahoe though, I love those. Like those, like just
The
stuck
views
with
were
me.
sick.
Yeah,
I mean, for both, but
But I will say Mammoth was really cool, and also Mammoth has a really cool little like town. I like that whole experience, like the charming little
freaking
town. at the
Kenja, man.
bottom.
He had a little DJ set in the villa.
Oh man, that was
at
crazy.
night, dude.
yeah.
It's so fun, so
Shout
fun.
out Kenja, that was so fun.
Yeah, I wanna go. Every time we go on a snowboarding trip, like if Kenja's there, like he knows every single thing.
Yeah,
like
he really does.
about the villa, about the mountains, where to go, like on the time of day, like if people are there or not. Like, yeah, shout
He's
out
like
Kenja, man.
an encyclopedia, bro.
For real, he's
He
a
also
walking-
too, Kenja was he was like an inspiration for me too with house music because he
Oh,
was
yeah.
one of the academy heads that was like into house music.
For
so
sure. Yeah, me too. Like when I was going through academy, he was one of the mentors that I really kind of got along with because first, we like the same type of music, and then two, he's very informative of everything.
Yeah.
And like that's one thing that I really respected about him is because he literally knows everything about
Yeah.
DJing, everything.
Yeah. He just wants to like share info.
Mhm.
Did
I
he get
appreciate
booked
that.
for the villa? Like,
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
booked for the villa.
oh,
So I think
he
we
was like
booked our trip around him.
Yeah.
Because he was DJing there. It's like, oh, we're gonna go on that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He killed the
Oh.
set. Killed the set.
that's pretty lit because it's like all in the snow, like in
Yeah.
the middle of the snow,
Mhm.
and then
Like everyone's in there. It's like snow globe, but like quadruple smaller.
Yeah.
But definitely like everyone's in like their clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Their snow clothes. But honestly, really good night.
Yeah,
Really
it was
fun
fun.
night. Super memorable.
That's different for sure.
It would have been definitely different if we didn't have that
Mm.
because then we'd just be stuck in the cabin. While
Yeah.
like later on, like after snowboarding, we went to go back, obviously like shower and stuff, then pregame, and then go to the fun festivities.
That was a good weekend.
Yeah, but now going back to DJing, I would like be very curious in like your music taste, and I remember like the very first song that you would play a lot is "Turn Back
Oh,
Time" by
yeah.
Diplo,
Yeah.
and I literally like that song. That's not even Diplo's song anymore. It's just your song because you would always play it all the time. But then it was just every time you'd listen to it, it's just literally like turn back time like every single time.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that song. It's funny, I actually haven't played that in a while.
That's
I still love that song, but it was also Sonny Fodera too, him and Diplo. But yeah, that I was in my grad set and I don't know, that song just stuck with me and it's like it's still catchy to this
Yeah,
day.
I think a lot of people they know you by that song too.
Yeah.
So every time that song plays, it's like it just reminds me of breakfast.
Yeah, there's some good videos to that.
Yeah.
This one.
So going through academy,
Mhm.
like being from a student to like graduating, getting a couple gigs afterwards, and then now being a mentor, you're gonna be coming back for season 13.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know that you and we got into the mentorship at the same time.
Yeah.
And we were asked at the same time, so we're kind of like buddies in a sense with that. So honestly, I'm pretty excited for this upcoming academy season. I know that next you're moving up to from historian. You're still going to be doing the historian,
I'll
but
still
now
be-
you're
I'll
being
still
a
doing
teacher,
Oh,
teacher's
nice.
aide too.
TA, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect for this season because it's gonna be a little different for sure.
Uh-huh.
But I know for sure that with all of us on board, it's gonna be good energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we really care about this community.
Yeah,
You know,
for
we wouldn't
sure.
come back if we didn't. So
I think
Yeah.
it'll be cool because I think it'll be kind of not revived, but just kind of like a little bit of like different energy. So I
Yeah.
think it'll be cool.
Yeah. I think one thing about Academy is that you feel like a family in there. And obviously, like, not to sound super cliche, but you do feel this sense of community and this warmth of someone has my back 24/7. And being in that alumni chat that we do have with everyone that graduated, you just know that someone has an answer to your questions every single time that you're in it. And if someone doesn't have it, then then everyone's like trying to help you at least to find that answer.
Yeah, and like it can be a cliche, like the whole community thing, but like at the same time, it's like that's so real because like I mean, literally everybody I hang out with now is like from Academy or like I met like everybody in this room I met either in Academy or through Academy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it only makes sense because Academy just doesn't teach you just DJ stuff. It teaches you how to be an actual DJ, like going out to gigs, how to be professional, like the authenticity of being a DJ. Like there's tiers, there's levels, and you have to, as a new DJ, like going into the scene, you have to kind of take a step back and not just think about yourself, but think about why you're there and like who booked you and all that stuff. So yeah, there's definitely an what's the word that I'm looking for? Shoot. Oh, I'll get back into it if I find it.
we'll find that word. But yeah. Like I agree too, because I feel like we do hang out every week, even if it's not, we don't have anything to do. We play basketball every week.
Yeah,
so
bro,
like,
everybody hang out with us from Academy.
this is literally like the community that was built for
people like us.
Yeah, people like us. And I feel like, I don't know, to the viewers watching, if you're compelled to have us as your staff for season 13, come through, apply, like, let us help you out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, even if you're like on the borderline, just apply and see if you get in, because we do get like 200 plus applicants, and we pick and choose. And if you feel like you have an interest for DJing, like I think compared to other schools, I think Academy is very modern, very it goes into people's interests. Like there's other people that have different tastes of music, so you don't have to just like hip hop. You can like other genres as well, and don't be afraid like, oh, I just have to stick with hip hop or just house. Like we think of like, if you're more unique, we're more likely to pick you.
I feel like I'm even being an alumni, I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like like right there, where Jeff is scratching, like we have sessions all the time. You know what I mean? And we talk a lot. We learn more because we do go into everything about hip hop, about DJing, but since it is we are in like in a time frame, we don't have a lot of time, but it is a hub for knowledge. You know what I mean? So a lot of us have a lot of knowledge to share. And like for us who share the knowledge, we also learn from other people too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I feel like I learned a lot this past year, just like from being on staff. The past 2 years, it's kind of like watching a movie, right? Like you watch a movie and you watch it back, and you learn like smaller things like that you didn't maybe necessarily notice the first time. So it's like a constant learning experience. And I feel like what I've noticed with the Academy is just very like authentic and thoughtful in terms of like the curriculum. You know what I mean? And I feel like DJing, it's so like electronic and like technical that like anybody can learn it through YouTube or whatever. And I feel like Academy has put a lot of thought into like teaching DJing the right way and like understanding everything about it.
But it also tests your how comfortable you are with certain equipments, because as a DJ and learning, you have to play with different types of equipments like everywhere you go. This is actually one thing that I've been talking to a lot about other DJs is that, would you go to other side to record box and do USB?
Yes,
I want to learn really bad.
I actually last week or like a week and a half ago, I downloaded record box. I put a bunch of music in there. I bought USBs.
Oh, sick.
The
transition is starting.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to. I don't know if I would officially transition over to there entirely, but I want to at least have that to be able to do it if I need to or whatever. And I just feel
Another
like
tool in your toolbox.
with house music, it just feels like everybody does that, and it just kind of feels like I need to get rid of the laptop and kind of throw myself into new waters.
Yeah,
with
that's
that,
like
so.
a standard in like EDM or just like house in general.
Yeah, there's few DJs that use Serato, like DJ Snake uses Serato and turntables.
I know that Dylan Francis also uses Serato.
Yeah,
But he also uses USB. Like mine as well, just learn both.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want to do that because like a lot of the parties that I've been going to are like a lot of events, like majority house. Like I've been to the one in Hollywood that I always talked about. I'm like,
I know what you're talking about, and I can't remember what the name is.
I'm like brain farting right now. But Academy LA as well. Like that's another like predominant like USB like club as well. I know that like with USB, it's harder because you obviously don't have a laptop, but then now you're just like really listening to the music and like really mixing by ear.
Is there key lock on? Can you do key lock with USBs or no?
I don't know. I really don't know.
'Cause I think that's the only thing.
I just don't know.
It's like similar to vinyl where like, you know, obviously you can't, if you're going to change the pitch, you can't like keep it the same key. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think...
Go ahead. No, you
go first.
Just kidding. But I was saying like I agree with Breakfast that I think like sticks is definitely something I would be into if like for me it's more for emergency, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy having my laptop because all of my music's on there. You know what I mean? But I have sticks, so what I'll do before a gig, usually it's only for like parties, not really like for club gigs, is I'll like prep a crate both on my Serato and on both sticks. Just in case, because my laptop lately has been kind of like wonky for some reason.
So you would have that music just in case.
Just in case to plug it into the CDJs. So I have all my stuff because I've like learned like to mix by ear already, but I think it's just about like, you know, it's more like, okay, like what can I do next? You know, I can't plug in my whole hard drive into or I don't know if I can actually.
Yeah. But Jasper brought up a good point that for Serato, the search engine is actually really, it's like way better than Rekordbox. Obviously, because you have a full screen, you can type in.
Yeah, that's one thing I've heard about sticks is like you have to be pretty organized, like with your playlists and stuff.
Yeah. Because you're going through crates, but you can't really see which songs are in that crate. You just have to really memorize all that stuff.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, I see a lot of people going to sticks for sure.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, I was just at 88, the Head in the Clouds festival yesterday because B was playing, and every DJ, like after every DJ we saw, like was using sticks.
What was the setup over there?
So she was in the Year of tent. It was the first time they had the tent. It was like the dance tent, so it was like kind of housey, EDM-y and stuff. It was really cool. It was a vibe. There was like a huge disco ball and like cool lights and smoke and stuff. And it was a lot of fun, dude. Like she did really good. It was like.
She killed.
I was so proud, bro. Like,
yeah, we gotta. Like, I originally wanted both of you guys on, but like D-Nix were talking, like we just kind of wanted to have an episode with just you, and then later on B, and then maybe later on you and B. I don't know if you guys know this, but B and Breakfast are dating. B is also part of Soul Control. She also has her own party called Say Less. I think they're coming back. Not too sure, but I don't want to really.
You have to bring her on the show and ask her.
Yeah. That's why I want to bring her on.
Yeah, because she just had that performance like yesterday, so she probably would love to talk about that. So.
Yeah, she's back at the festival today, right?
So I think I'm going today actually too, potentially. So like there was a kind of a whirlwind. Like I wasn't gonna go the second day because I didn't think they were going, and then I was like, okay, you guys can just go, and like I'm not gonna go the second day, and then I found out they were going later because they want to see like BB later today. So I think I might go with them today because she's doing the after party tonight too.
Dang!
Is it at Kiss Kiss Bang Bang again?
No, it's at Mama Lion.
Mama Lion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good spot still.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Have you ever been to Mama Lion?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
a while back.
Me and B used to DJ there all the time for Dom over there for Good Vibes on Thursdays. Yeah, good memories over there. Me and B we were on the same team Mic Check. Shout out Mic Check. Team Mic Check. But yeah, like we were on the same team. We were same season. Like we got along pretty well. And obviously like we did Soul Control together. And then let's go into Soul Control. You joined after you graduated, a little bit like right after, right?
Yeah, I think it was like January or February of
Yeah.
that year, which would have been like, what is it right now? 2022. So I was like 2021.
It's been a year. It's been a
year
year
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, a year and a half. I think for like Soul Control, like one of the coolest things that we did was your video.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Where was it again? It's like past LA, right?
Granada Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that type of stuff. Anthony, I have a link on the sheet, but
That's a good picture.
like that video was super cool, and I was so jealous of like, and I couldn't go to this whole
Oh,
thing,
yeah, you
dude.
weren't
Like,
there.
yeah, I was like busy with work or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was fun. I
But
wish we
yeah.
could go back and do it again too, cause like
Shout
was
out
like
Manga as well.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
shot this whole thing.
They're crazy talented.
This is a one take.
It was pretty much one take. It was pretty much one take. I think we like maybe mess up in the beginning for like after like a minute in and like you redo it, but everything else was one take.
Dude, it looks super official. I heard
It
like
was
the
fun.
production was like really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't know if there's like a section where it kind of backs away from you, but it has like that has like like those lights.
Yeah, there's like
palm
we had a
trees.
drone and everything. Too.
Very California vibes for sure.
That was a year ago. That was over a year ago too. So like I would love to do that again because I feel like I've learned a lot more since then too, and I would love to kind of like.
Would you want it with the same kind of like vibe with the camera moving, or would you want it to?
I don't know. It kind of depends. This is actually a very different like version of what we had originally envisioned because we originally kind of just envisioned like one camera
Right.
and like that be the vibe.
Mhm.
But this was a little bit more like cinematic and like music video esque.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. But I think the next one would maybe be something a little bit more just like one or two cameras or something like that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually really good content for Soul Control for you.
Yeah.
Just as a DJ, like, dude, look how dope that is. Like, that's literally insane.
That was fun.
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people sit and listen to like live sets, and they like having this like for Boiler Room, obviously, like they
Mhm.
do like a lot of like
I listened to
their
all
live
those,
sets. Yeah, and I think it's cool because sometimes like you don't even have to like be watching the video, like
Yeah.
you just want to listen to like a DJ mix. You know what I mean?
The ones that I watched, I don't know if you want to pull it up. It's called Circle, CER.
Oh, dude, Circle's
CLE.
so good.
Man, like their stuff is so cool. Their content, they go to like the wonders of the world and
Yeah.
like literally do DJ sets like on the top of a mountain and like all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, on top of like Brazil.
Yeah, most of
That's
it's like
crazy,
house
dude.
music and stuff. It's just really cool. I put these on in the background all the time.
Yeah, a lot of trance stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, we kind of hit our 1 hour marker. So during this time, we kind of we do a segment called the sidebar, which we kind of let our audience kind of give us topics or questions, you know, and interact with them a little bit more. So.
Cool.
Unfortunately, Jacob and Anthony, they don't have a mic, so
Sorry.
D-Nix is going to be asking the questions for this topic.
They can
So
come- let's
let's
get
get into the sidebar.
The side. Usually there's 4 mics in my box, but I guess my dad took out one, so I have to figure it out. But
D-Nix,
that's
it's-
on me.
It's
That's my
okay,
bad.
D-Nix. It's okay.
Watch we're gonna get like a secure everything one day when we have that budget. But we're
I
working
hope
with
so.
what we got right now.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah. So this sidebar question is from I'm Chris Paris.
Shout out Chris Paris.
Didn't he just
My
like
boy.
pass his test or something like that?
Yeah,
Man,
congrats.
man.
He passes
don't know what it's
OT
called.
certification, his occupational therapy certification. I know he's been working on that for a really long
dude.
time.
I
So.
think he's in Vegas right now. Maybe
Oh, yeah, he's
maybe
definitely
celebrating in
partying. Yeah.
Vegas right now.
Come play basketball. We miss you. All right. So his question was, if you could DJ someone's birthday party, past or present, who'd it be?
Wow.
And I guess NY, you know, obviously.
Yeah. Damn.
That's a
Whose
loaded
birthday
question.
party?
I guess it'd mean like whoever. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like something crazy.
past or present.
Damn.
I'm thinking real quick right now. I'm trying to at least. I think, I don't know why, but the first thing that comes up to mind was Jack Black.
I did not
I feel like
expect that.
if Jack Black threw a party, it'd be the most fun, crazy party that you could have. And I would probably just play whatever I wanted over there.
Play some
and it'd be a
Tenacious
vibe.
D.
I am. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I am. Yeah, that'd be for me for sure. Just because I think it'd be a fun type of party.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm hesitant to say this, but the one that comes to mind is just Kanye, just because Kanye is like obviously very just like
I see.
controversial, but like he's a big influence in terms of like my musicality. And I say that like I feel like his music taste meshes with mine really well, and like a lot of my influence like comes from his music taste. So I feel like that would be fun and like super hype, but also at the same time like Kanye's birthday party, like of anybody in the entire
that'd
world,
be
like
legendary.
well, no,
Legendary.
but like of anybody in the entire world, that's also like the most pressure ever.
Oh, that's
like
true.
Kanye be like, bro,
The
you're
amount
doing,
of
like,
people that are gonna be there.
well, it's like
the
that, but
import-
also his like what's the word,
his
like
music taste.
his not demeanor, but like Kanye being Kanye, like he could be like, yo, stop playing, like leave.
What do you mean you didn't download it from the stem player? Can you imagine?
I'm playing your song.
Yeah, so it'd be like scary, I feel like, but yeah, I don't know.
You don't have the remix?
Okay, your turn, D-Nix.
I think for me, it's not really a birthday party, but I'd want a DJ for a Silk Sonic party. Just because I think that fits my vibe. I like dressing up, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
looking fresh, and I feel like that party would definitely be like an open format kind of sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would be cool to DJ for like Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, you
Yeah.
know? So
That's your vibe for sure.
yeah.
Man, your guys'
hopefully.
answer is so cool. Mine is just Jack Black.
To be fair, you went first, so you kind of
That's
took one
true.
for the team.
That is true.
Jack Black would be cool.
Mhm. Yeah, Jack. I mean, a lot of celebrities. I feel like it'd be just a fun party in general.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, I just been thinking about the vibes. Let's do one more question. That's you, D-Nix.
Oh.
You have the questions in your pockets.
One more question from the sidebar? Or was
Yeah,
it the-
just
okay.
you just pick one from
Got
the all the messages that we've been getting. And if you want to interact with us, you can always just DM us. You don't have to answer through our Instagram questions. Just if you have a question, and you're like, oh, I think the side room could answer this. Just pop in our DMs and we'll look at your question. Pick one, just one.
All right. Weirdest things you've seen as a DJ in our
Oh,
DJ
man.
perks.
Wait,
I guess I had a
I
good
have a
what was the last thing
story.
you said?
weirdest thing you've seen as a DJ or
DJ.
yeah,
Perks?
DJ. I guess DJ perks as it means like seeing backstage or whatnot and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who asked that question?
I think my friend T asked that question. Shout
yeah.
out T.
T.
Yeah, she also wants to come on this podcast to talk about her Hinge stories. That'd
Okay.
be pretty funny.
Is that the cat person?
No, it's not.
Okay.
That's a different person. That's a different
That's
person.
a, that's a dangerous label to put on somebody.
Bro.
I don't know. Somebody asked about cats.
I have a weird story. So when Rewind,
I feel like I know your answer.
yeah. I think I told you this story
You've
too.
told us, yeah.
When Rewind was still at Mansion in OC in Costa Mesa, they had the side room, the side B room, and the DJ booth used to be on the second floor. So the DJ booth would be up there, and then the dance floor would be down here. So you'd have to take some flights of stairs to get to that DJ booth, right? There's this door. And I was DJing probably like 10:30, 11. No one's really in my room because everyone's kind of like in the main room. But I see this like really drunk person like come to the door. It's this girl. I was like, okay. And then I guess it's her boyfriend that was following. And then she goes into the door and goes up to the DJ booth. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's she doing here? Like, how'd she get in? And then her boyfriend was like, oh, like, can we just like stay here for like 5 minutes?
Oh,
like,
wait, you were DJing?
Yeah, I was DJing.
Oh, shit.
But like no one was there, and I was like, no pressure. I was like, fine, whatever. 5 minutes, like whatever. And then I was DJing, and then they're like, okay, like we're gonna go down. And then I was like, okay, they're going down, like back downstairs to the floor. But there's this like section where it's like there's a turn to get up to that DJ booth, but there was like a hole in the wall. And next thing I turn around and this girl's like giving head to this guy. And I was just like so shocked. I was like mid transition. I was like, what the hell is this? And this was like when I first started to like DJ out like after Academy. So I was like, is this like really like the DJ life that's gonna happen? And like afterwards, like I was like, what the fuck? And I told him to get out. And that was like probably the weirdest moment. I felt so awkward
That's
in that
crazy.
situation.
I don't think anybody's going to top that story.
Yeah, it's insane. I showed Adri that video and he was like, dude, like, I'm so sorry you had to go do that.
Oh, like has that rewind.
Oh my God, it's
That's
so bad. Okay, what about you guys?
I don't know, Dnix, do you have anything? I don't know if I have like a particular like weird story. I mean, like, you see like some just like interesting people like towards the end of the night, like like 1:30, those like 1:40 a.m.ers, you know what I mean? Where it's like the last songs come on, they're just like wandering around and just completely obliterated. But like I haven't seen anything like crazy weird yet.
Okay. What about you?
I think for me, well, I'm not really one to like drink or get hammered when I DJ or in general anyways.
Dnix, I don't know if I've ever seen you drunk actually, now I think about it.
I have never seen you drunk.
I get like a good buzz, but I don't like getting past that.
Yeah, he says he doesn't like.
Yeah, I don't like
the drunk Dnix.
That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, just watching like weird guys, like trash guys, trying to like get at girls and stuff,
Yeah.
and like bother
creepy.
girls. Like it bothers me personally, but it's just really cringy to watch. You know what I mean? Just seeing that happen.
It's like watching an animal on like Discovery Channel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like bro, like chill. Damn.
Yeah, it's
but
like
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, I didn't mean to interject, but like, cause I was saying like the 1:40 a.m.ers, and the one thing I was thinking about, I was playing at this bar in West LA, and like there was this girl who was just super wasted. I mean, she was coming to the DJ booth. She was like you could just see like she was just completely out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was this guy that like ended up realizing that she was like out of it, and like he started being hella weird and stuff. And like thankfully there was somebody that was like that, you know, like pulled him away or whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah,
100%.
like it's like messed up, some of the stuff you see. Like they're just literally like predators. You
Yeah,
know?
but it's also like like that shit happens like more than often, like really often. But a lot more people now, if they see that happen, they're like quick to like end that. Like even though that you're strangers, right? Like if it's like too far, if it's like getting out of line, then like there's people like, you know, that out there that have your back.
Yeah.
As they should.
I've definitely checked some people, like for sure, for my friends, of course. Like I always check, like, you know, are you okay? Like, is this what you want? You know, make sure they're okay. I think just drunk people in general at the club like kind of make me feel uncomfortable. I remember this one time I was DJing side B at Rewind, and then this lady comes up to me, she goes, "Excuse me, I don't like this song." And I was just like, I think I was just like, I was tired because I was closing, and I was annoyed because I was at band before. So, because like,
So that drive from LA
so that drive from Melrose to Heat was already 2 hours. And like my feet were tired, and I was like, I was pretty mean for saying this, but I was like, I don't care what you want.
Oh, damn,
And I was like, you could take your ass to like the dance floor, or you could leave.
Damn, you said
and
that?
like that was on me, that was my fault, but I was just like really like,
You just
I was
gotta bite
over
your
it.
tongue sometimes.
Yeah.
Phoenix. You gotta bite
No,
your
this was
tongue.
like last year when I was like, I was just in a bad place mentally, so I was just like really, I was going through it, and I think at that time it was for sure like just me just not having it. So sorry to that person, whoever you were. If you were blacked out drunk, you probably don't remember, but it don't matter.
You know what I've noticed is like there's such a huge disconnect between like DJs and people that aren't DJs in the whole culture of like requesting songs.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like if you're a DJ, you know that like we usually hate it. And if you're not a DJ, like you have no idea that DJs hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not even necessarily hate it, but like it complicates things a lot. But it's funny, like if you look at Yelp reviews, like every single venue or bar they're just like littered with like people like saying like the DJ sucked because he wouldn't take requests. You know what I mean? And like there's just like this massive disconnect that like people don't understand that like that's not always really how DJing works. You know what I mean? It breaks up.
People
the flow
get
a
really
lot.
happy when you play the request.
They do, yeah. And I feel like it's like a. It
But
depends on the
is it
situation.
good for the room?
And no,
Well, it
exactly.
depends on
yeah,
the
yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a more intimate bar space and like maybe there's not a ton of people there, like I'll play requests for people for sure. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of how like you would create energy. Because like you can at least latch on to like some people. But if the room's like packed, like you can't really take requests.
Yeah, I think for me it's just like
Unless
how
it's
you
good.
Yeah, how you approach me and how you communicate it to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's number one, and number two, like sometimes it could be a good request. You know, like I'm open to hearing what people have to say.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it's not a good request, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best way
Don't do
to
it.
like if you were to request a song, just be like, Well, yeah, Jacob was like this, like money. Obviously, yeah, money
Yeah.
for a DJ. But if I were to be, a club goer and I want to talk to the DJ about like which song I want for myself or my group, I would say like, hey, like, I know you guys don't like this. Like,
Yeah.
right when you say that, like,
Bro,
DJ will
nobody's
listen to you.
ever gonna say
Really?
that. Like, you think someone's gonna
I've
come to you
actually
and be
gotten
like,
that like twice.
I've gotten that a few
gotten
times,
that
too,
yeah.
because there's a lot of people that like now know that like DJs don't really like that.
yeah, I guess that's
And
true.
so if they come up to me and be like, hey, like I know like you guys don't like really like requests, but I really want this song, like, if they have some money, it's like, yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
good. But at the same time, like if they say it nicely, like how D-Nix was saying, like how
Yeah.
people say it, then I'll second guess it. I'll take a second look at it and say like, even though like the room may not like it, I'll just play it real quick for this group. Like,
Yeah.
just to like make that group happy.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I feel like I'll like take a step back actually a little bit and say that because like people do have different vibes when they come up to you. Like I've had people come up and be like, excuse me, like, do you by chance like take requests at all? Like, is that okay? And the other people will come up and just like stick a phone in your face and be like, literally
It's
like
just so
2 weeks
annoying.
ago I was at a gig and this girl walks up to the thing and she was probably drunk, but like just had like a really like mean look on her face. And she was like literally like the notes on the, like the big text on the phone and it literally just said play ass shaking music. And like, I was like, all right, like, but yeah, it's just some people like think that, I guess, I don't know, the world revolves around them or whatever. you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the
But
Bad Bunny requests are always the worst.
you know what's
Yeah.
so funny? Quick little story on that. I was at the Link in Venice. I was playing and Wes was there. And Wes the DJ, obviously, shout out Wes Pasito. And he came out and like I was talking to him while I was DJing and we were talking about requests. And he was like, yeah, like you're probably gonna get a bunch of like Bad Bunny requests tonight and all that stuff. And I kid you not, like 20 seconds later, this girl walks up and literally was like, do you have any Bad Bunny? And it was like such a weird experience because like he had just said that and it
Yeah.
was almost like she was coming and like ironically saying it, but it was just actually natural. It was just like, bro. And you know what I've noticed about that? Like nobody ever requests a specific Bad Bunny song. It's just Bad Bunny. Anything.
Yeah, just Bad Bunny.
And I never like I downloaded a bunch of Bad Bunny songs, but like I don't even know which ones like they want. you
No,
know?
which one is good? I don't know.
because I don't even really listen to.
Let
Bad
us
Bunny
know
like
which Bad Bunny songs that you guys want to hear because I don't even know any Bad Bunny songs
Yeah.
personally.
that.
So.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that wraps up our podcast episode 4 with Breakfast. Breakfast, if you have any links or anything, say it right now to the camera, to our audience.
Yeah, I mean my Instagram breakfast with 2 T's with no vowels. Definitely Party in the Loop at Party in the Loop on Instagram. I think we're on Twitter now too. But yeah, we're trying to do a lot and build a culture within the loop. So I'm excited about that. So if you could shoot us a follow, stay tuned.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming by. It was
Yeah,
really
man, thanks
fun.
for having me.
Yeah, it was just like really cool to have you on, just like as a group and stuff. I can't read that, Jacob. Oh, I keep forgetting about this section. Well, I want
Jacob,
to
you
add
that-
this
you need
section
the app
as
we were
well.
just talking about that has like
But
the big text.
next time, just say it next time.
We're gonna let's get into it real quick and then we'll
Yeah,
cut it.
yeah. Okay, we'll get into it real quick. Okay, so Breakfast, what have you been listening to?
What have I been
recently?
listening
Yeah.
to? So this is random. I've actually been a lot into like Afro beats recently. I've started to discover like Afro house and stuff too, which has been cool. I've been listening to a lot of Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Burner Boy?
Burna Boy, yeah, like his most recent album. Like for whatever reason, I've been on that kick a lot lately. So I've been listening to that and the Drake album, of course.
Is this the
not
guy?
Burna Boy.
That's
Bro, you try to
not,
pull up
that
Burna
is
Boy.
not
That's
the
not
guy.
Burna Boy.
That's Burner Boy.
BURNA. Burner
He
Boy.
literally put up Burner Boy.
I'm
Yeah, that's
definitely
Burna
putting
Boy.
it in that.
But yeah, that
episode.
album is like really
Yeah,
good.
this
so
guy
I've
is
been
dope.
appreciating his music a lot
I
recently.
heard he sampled Last from like a
That-
soul singer.
That's my favorite song too. That I love that song.
yeah. But I don't know what soul singer he sampled it from.
But yeah, a lot of Burna Boy. The Drake album. I'm telling you, like the Drake album, like it's really good.
Massive.
And like a lot of people like don't appreciate it yet. I feel like they will eventually.
They just don't get it.
They don't
Just
get
get
it.
it.
Like even when I was home like 2 weeks ago, I was talking to like my cousin and brothers. Like, oh, you like that album? And like, it just hasn't reached like the casual listener yet. I feel like.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
think
it's ahead of its time. I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
it's so good.
But he knew that house music is kind of in now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he already knew that obviously like there's gonna be like some type of like like liking to it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's like memes of like just Drake at like just house music like festivals now, just like being like a tech house person.
Yeah,
like,
for
it's
real.
just funny. But yeah, and I guess the other thing is, this is really surprising. I listen to a lot of like just jazz music.
Jazz
Bro.
music?
Yeah, so like I don't know, and I don't not even necessarily
look at him.
not even like necessarily a specific artist, but like one thing with DJing, it has changed me a lot because like we're listening to music so much, right? And it has become work, and I still love music the same way, but like you also want to break from it sometimes. So like I found myself listening to a lot more podcasts, like background music and like jazz music, like while I work and things like that. So
That's
I've been
cool.
on that kick too lately.
Yeah, I find myself having like pre-gig anxiety, so I listen to jazz music on the way to the
dude,
gig.
I do that too.
I'll go to the gig, and then on the way home, I listen to silence. I don't want to listen to anything at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I'll be doing that sometimes.
I listen
too.
to radio or podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I listen to local Pittsburgh sports
Yeah.
radio, and that's like my thing right now.
Mhm.
But
But jazz helps a lot, dude. Like the mental state, like it puts me in like a good,
yeah,
like very calm, very soothing.
for
But,
sure.
Yeah, dude.
What about you, D-Nex? What have you been listening?
I've been going back to my like old school R&B slow jams bag. So like Brian McKnight, a lot of Boys to Men, SWV, Deborah Cox. There was an era where like a lot of the R&B slow jams were like turned into like house dance music.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you ever heard those, but it's pretty dope.
Congrats on your event tonight too, by the way. Should be
Oh
fun.
yeah, shout out to Slow Jams for having me. That's gonna be fun, like skate
Yeah.
night. So
by
I am
the time
excited.
this airs, it's
Yeah.
probably gonna
I'll probably be done. We'll
around.
probably
Maybe
talk
it'll-
about it next
maybe it'll be
time.
another one though.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, just that, and then a lot of underground new school R&B. So like a lot of Sam Henshaw, Devin Morrison
Yeah.
for sure, Joyce Rice. You know those sounds. Xavier Omar,
Mm.
I think that's his name. I might have gotten it wrong.
No, that's
but-
right.
Okay, that's right. But yeah,
I
like a
think-
lot of that sound. Yeah, just the soulful. I'm into like soul music right now, and I think it's on like a comeback as well, like house music.
Mm.
Well, I think you've been though.
I know. I mean, I know I've been, but like I feel like I'm just saying. Like I think I go in different waves. Like sometimes it's like hip hop, R&B, soul.
For sure. Yeah. I've been listening to Darius. Darius is a really good producer. I think he's French.
He's in the album.
Huh?
His new album. Have you
Yeah.
listened to it?
Actually, no, I haven't listened to his
Dude,
new album.
It's like really, really good.
Oh, really?
I'll send it to you. Yeah, like, or you can just look it up. But
I
yeah.
think I only heard like 2 songs, but they were like a little bit on the slower end for me.
Some of them are actually like disco-y, like housey. I actually played one at Commissary like 3 weeks ago.
you did?
I played
Really?
Darius. Yeah, it was like 114 BPMs. Like I mixed it in or whatever, but it's a really good album.
Yeah.
It's,
There,
like, really
there
good.
was a live set that he did on YouTube. It was like
on
only
the
like
rooftop.
Mhm.
I was just watching that like yesterday.
yeah. That like all the music there is like all like I think it's majority his music, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's the
It was
new
like only like a
it's
30-minute
A lot of
set.
it's the new album actually.
Yeah. I like really like that. So, I really had to like really dive deep into that album.
Yeah.
But I was like just watching that Boiler Room set, and I was like, damn, like Darius is like pretty dope.
Yeah.
Plus, it like that Boiler Room was in France, right? Do you know if he's French or not?
I think he might be.
Yeah,
but I'm
right?
not 100% sure. He's
Yeah.
been around for a long time actually though.
Mm-hmm. I've been kind of actually wanting to change my my vibe of like when I DJ, like more into that, because I haven't been really getting booked for like hip hop gigs and stuff like that. So kind of like thinking of like how I could kind of get back into it.
Mhm.
And I've always liked this type of music. I've always liked Darius and like just electronic or like, you know, slow, chill house. But that's something that I've been wanting to do a lot, just because how you said about house, like you get to be a little bit more creative.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just feel like some DJs, they're scared to be different
Yeah.
in a sense. And this is one way of me kind of expressing myself.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that it was like a Big Bear trip. I think you played a Darius song. You
The
were like-
All I See when we're in the car.
And I don't know if you like that. That was kind of like an inspiration for me, that me being introduced to that song opened up a whole can of worms of like that space of like slower house music
Mhm.
and like kind of like that like 115 BPM range of music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I became a Darius fan from like that moment. And that's actually what inspired that song, inspired that second or like third mix I dropped, the
cold.
Coldest Winter.
Coldest
Yeah.
Winter,
It was
right.
like all that kind of vibe. So yeah, fun
For sure.
fact.
Sweet. All right. Well, Yeah, thanks again, Breakfast, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Just say your links one more time because I know you said it earlier, but
Yeah.
just for
At,
the listeners.
at
to
Breakfast, no vowels, 2 T's, and at Party in the Loop. Follow Party in the Loop for sure. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming
And Soul
by.
Control. And Soul Control.
Yeah, and Soul Control as
Yeah.
well. All right, sweet. All right, thanks for coming by. That wraps it up.
For sure.
Woo!
Thank you.
When you said breakfast without vowels, I was like, what's a vowel? I was like, oh, shit.
I was trying to.